what's happening, nation? It's Joku. This win was way freaking harder than it was supposed to be today. I do not understand exactly what happened. Denver was missing 6 other main starters to IR for pretty much the majority of the season. They were missing KJ Hamler because of the concussion. And I don't know, man. We missed a lot of opportunities again. It kind of sucked to see, but they took us down to the wire. Divisional games are always tough. We're going to jump into it. We're going to break it down. If you're new to the channel, please do think about subscribing. That really does help me out. It kind of keeps me growing out there. But and the other thing I wanted to do tonight was just kind of a boom or bust of the free agents and just some of the younger players that we brought on, just to kind of get your guys' opinions of it and see what you're thinking, see if we're on the same page moving into this offseason, and just the changes that we need to make and what we need to make happen, because I really believe this team is truly close to being on the verge of something great, and it's just not there yet, man, and it sucks to say that. But as far as today's game goes, I was really happy to go out there and see Waller end up getting the record. That was huge. I wanted to see that happen. He pretty much shattered it. He had a huge game for us today. He ended up, 9 catches, 117 yards. He had a touchdown. He had that fumble, but, I mean, players are going to fumble throughout a season. Just it is what it is, man. Josh Jacobs was able to get over a grand. He ended up having 2 touchdowns today. He did not break the 100-yard mark. He only had 15 carries in this game. I was expecting to see a little bit more out of him. Bryan Edwards finally got a taste. Nevin Lawson looked like a damn top just spinning around out there. That was tough to watch for the majority of this game. Our secondary still has some major issues. Watching Abram go with his stomach, I think he was just ended up getting winded. He ended up coming back. It was just a weird game for us, man. So I want to see what you guys are thinking just about the game in itself. I know it was an ugly win, but it was a win, and we finished at 8-8. I wanted to see us make that progress. It's our second best finish in the past 9 years. And it sucks that we're 8-8, but I will take the progress that we have on this team. I will take the players that we have on this team and see if we can continue to progress them and make some things happen. Mr. Big, what's going on, man? I'm glad you can make it out. Chandler Bong, fire all Gruden and his family. And oh, God, dude. Everybody that he knows or his family on this staff, get rid of. I agree with you 110%. Carlos, what's going on, man? Get a good defensive coordinator. That's why I wanted to kind of do the boom or bust tonight, just because until we get a defensive coordinator, see exactly what's going to happen with Greg Olsen. I don't think he's going anywhere. I think him and Gruden are going to continue to run this offense. But it's going to depend a lot on how this draft goes, the players that we're looking at. It's all about bringing in a good quality defensive coordinator. I'm really hoping we do it fast, like extremely fast once the season ends so he has time to get in there. 805, what's good, man? Dakota, what's happening? Excuse me. Need a good defense coordinator and a young offensive coordinator. Gruden can't call plays anymore. Gruden's not going to turn that over, dude. Unless you put him in like head of football operations and take him off the coaching staff. But even then, he'll be in everybody's damn ear. We finally win, but the defense still continues to fail us. Sebastian, what's happening, man? It's a true statement. We had 0 pressure. If you look at that pass that Judy ended up taking for 92 yards, Drew Lock was standing back there for freaking days, man. He had all the time in the world to sit back, wait for that full thing to develop, wait for him to come all the way across the field. It's stuff like that that just kills us, man. Stanley, how are you doing? So proud of our team. Sweeping the Broncos. Any sweep I'll take. It just should not have been this close of a game. With how depleted that team is and with how much Drew Lock is just straight trash, we should have rolled them once again like we did the first time. The defense is the problem. Some of y'all are blind. Car ain't going nowhere. This defense was sucked, dude. It is what it is. Michael, what's happening? I appreciate you, man. King, what's going on? We need a safety in the draft. I completely agree. A free safety that can play that single coverage high and just kind of let Abram roam the field is exactly what we need. I truly hope we go out there and target it. Kathy, how are you doing? We should have made the playoffs. We should have made the playoffs, but this team went on a downward spiral pretty damn fast, and it sucked to watch it. Caesar, how are you doing, man? Can we all agree Farrell is a bust? We will get to him. I do not think Farrell is a bust. I understand his injuries and everything. We'll break them down more when we get there. We need Leonard Williams, Chris Godwin, etc. There's a lot of pieces we could bring on there, but there's only going to be so much money that goes around. If we can free up some of this money and go out there and make a big splash in free agency, I'll take that. I just don't know if it's going to happen. My boy Edwards got him one wish, and he had a few more targets. He had a few more targets, ended up getting 2 catches. That touchdown, though, that was... Hopefully it was a big confidence builder for him and Carr being able to work and just throw that pass out there. Williams ain't happening. Keep the dream. Dude, Ty Williams, I did not think is coming back. If I don't spell correct, no worries, man. Farrell is not a bust. In my opinion, that dude is not a bust. Mad Max, blocking field goals, say... Man, Mad Max, for as much as he's kind of taken a step back this season, he looked damn good today. It's all about consistency, man. Gardeloo, how are you doing? Wow, Gruden is pregnant. What did he? Man, I'll tell you, that was not a good shirt for him today. That is what it is. Farrell's the best D line we got. Farrell makes a huge impact on that defensive line. You see what it looks like when he's not in there. That Brian Edwards catch was a thing of, yes, it was. I did not think he caught that at first. But once I saw the replay, I was so damn happy for that kid. Our secondary is just burnt toast. Dude, our secondary, they still, even today, they look confused on a lot of damn plays out there. Farrell is a bust, 2 sacks all year. Now he gets double. Dude, he's been out so many games this year. Just between COVID and his injuries. And it sucks because it's the same thing that happened to him last year. So a lot of you guys are, he's always hurt. Dude, I'm telling you, man, the injuries on this team, they blow my mind every damn year. That back shoulder fade, the Carter Edwards looked effortless, Crabtree-like. I would like to see more big wide receiver packages in the red. Yeah, me too. I would love every second of that. Ugly win, but a beautiful win. That's the best way to sum it up. Mad Max will be Howie Long. Watch. I'm not worried about Mad Max progressing. He just had a little bit of a sophomore slump out there. A lot of teams will target him coming up, giving him the double teams. And then when our other defensive linemen were not getting that pressure, and then Farrell being in and out of the rotation, it just continued to stack up on him. There was a lot of plays where he got held big time this season and never got the call, and that pisses me off. Greg should be gone. I know you're talking Greg Olsen. I completely agree, but I don't think it's going to happen. I truly hope it happens. Like, I would love to see it happen, but I don't see him going anywhere as long as Gruden's on this staff. Draft heavily this year on defense. Oh, battle. Dude, I hope you're right. I hope we do. I love Crosby, but he can't be. No, he cannot be. He's a true edge rusher out there. Farrell is trash. Don't sell him off too short yet, man. Give that kid a little bit more time. Let him get a full damn season. So many of these guys, I just want to see them play a full season. Some of them aren't going to get that opportunity, and it sucks. Defensive tackle or safety in the first round. I really think we're going offensive line in that first round. I've been running through some mock drafts out there, and everything that I've been seeing kind of gears towards us taking a offensive lineman in that first round. I'd rather see us take like the top safety on the board. I'd love every damn second of that. Oh, Tupac, what's good, man? It's been ugly, but I still love the Raiders. We got to make the big leap in this offseason. Starts with the new DC. It all starts with that. Oregon, how are you doing, man? I'm glad you can make it out. This team sucks. No way to sugarcoat it. I'd be happy with a total rebuild. The Donkeys suck, and we barely won. That's the thing. The Donkeys are a trash team, and they took us down to the wire today. I'm not going to argue with you. That was the biggest takeaway I had from this game. That, and then watching Renfro try to block on that screen and just get completely blown up, like that really sticks out in my mind. The defense, yeah, this defense is straight trash, man. Oh, Upstate, how are you doing, man? Sorry, been busy lately. Sorry we didn't quite finish the way that we wanted. Just wanted to say thanks so much for running a great show. Upstate, I really appreciate you coming out, man. Thank you for the support. We need a defensive end to pressure the man. Zero pressure. That's been our whole damn problem this entire season, is we cannot get pressure on the quarterback, and it's making everybody else look like hell out there. And I don't know. I understand that we have to have it stacked on the different levels, but if your first level is not doing a damn thing for you, it's going to trickle down to the next two, and it's only going to look worse and worse for them. Hopefully we can get back on track next year. I think we will. I think if we address this defense and truly address this defense and start it with a true defensive coordinator coming out there, I don't think we will have any issues going into next season. Artie, what's going on? Carr has to just be more consistent. I thought Carr did exactly what I knew he was going to do today. Marched that damn field, got us in the house. And then that 2-point conversion, I honestly really liked that play. It looked like he kind of, when he first threw that ball, it kind of came out sidearm and looked a little bit weak. I didn't think we were going to get it, but he was dodging that defender in front of him, and it looked pretty damn good, man. What level of contract would you give Nelly? I'd like to get Nelly for like 3 to 4 years, but just not crazy money. And I don't know if he's going to be searching for crazy money. If he's not, I think we should be able to go ahead and just get him wrapped back up. But the fact that he has not signed what we have offered him tells me that he wants to test free agency, see what's out there. It's a prove-it year for him, man. He went out there and he proved himself. He deserves to see what people are going to offer. Look at the teams we beat. We beat some damn good teams this year. But it's just the teams that we were supposed to go out there and just totally roll through were the teams that slowed us up and beat the hell out of us. And that's not how you win in this league at all. You got to beat those good teams, and then maybe you lose 1 or 2 to them. But the teams that you're supposed to beat and the teams that are kind of riding the bottom of the barrel, you have to be able to slap the hell out of them. And we were not able to do that all season long. Oh, Kojo, what's going on, dude? Gruden has to clean house and hire a competent coordinators or he will be in the hot seat. I really think you're going to see the entire defensive side of the ball change this offseason. I think whatever defense coordinator he brings in, he's going to let him bring his own coaching staff, and I'm hoping that makes a world of difference for us. We need a 3-4 defense coordinator. Mitchell, how are you doing, man? I hope you're feeling better. I would love to see us move to a 3-4. I know a lot of you guys were saying that we're built right now, and the players that we brought in are built for the 4-3 defense. It's only minor tweaks. We have some players that can play different positions. I don't think it would be that much of a stretch for us to switch to a 3-4. I'd love to see it personally. I'd love it. Raider J, what's going on? Best safety in the class usually goes mid-first. Would you prefer that or a top free agent at safety? I'd honestly take the rookie, like a top first round, top 15 safety on the board. I'd take that all damn day. Polo, what's good, man? Safety and defensive tackle. Yes, dude. I completely agree with you. I could see us going offensive line. My gut tells me that Gruden's going to go offensive line. Madman AC. Oh, did he look? Arlen, Happy New Year to you, man. Hope you and your family had an awesome day. We did. We just chilled out as a little family. We didn't get out and do too much. It's just me and the kids and the wife just watching those terrible specials, waiting for the clock to count down out there. I agree. Farrell, Arnett, and Ruggs were wasted high picks. Man, that's a tough one. Arnett we'll get to in a second, dude. Ruggs, I've spoke my piece about Ruggs so many damn times. And Farrell, I love Farrell, dude. He put in the work through the offseason. When he's on the field, he looked damn good for us this year, man. I'm not going to take anything away from that kid. Pizza, what's going on? I'm glad you could make it out. Carr is mediocre. The D sucks. Ruggs is Ruggs is not a number one wide receiver. The coaching is an embarrassment. The coaching is our biggest damn problem. Really hope we can get Chris Godwin, Ruggs, and maybe Williams. We'll be set for sure in offense, fix up that defense, and we are for sure in the playoffs. And as long as we fix that defense, but we got to address this offensive line, man, because Richie Incognito is probably not coming back. I'm really curious to see what's going to end up happening with Trent Brown, because if we move on from him, we could save a decent chunk of money. But if we keep him around, he's a huge addition to our offensive line. But that's our highest paid player on this damn team, and he's only played 16 games in the past 2 seasons. So it hurts, man. Finally, somebody agrees with our drafts. That Max was held 80% of the time, never called. That is true, John, and I did mention that. That dude was getting held the majority of the plays, to the point where my little boy was seeing it, being like, why are they not calling or throwing the flag? And I was like, welcome to being a Raider fan. It's just how it goes. Is there an adult who can tell John that we need to hire coaches that aren't his fraternity brothers of his? It's supposed to be Mark Davis, but he's not saying those words, and it's killing me. Keaton, what's happening, dude? Ruggs needs to add about 10 pounds this offseason. Yes, he does, and he needs to learn some better footwork coming off the line right at the snap to kind of get that first step on people. Who do you see in the Super Bowl? Bills versus Packers. That Super Bowl is going to shake out weird. I want to see who ends up winning the NFC, the first round bye out there. I think that's going to be a major difference. I don't know. The Bills are tough, dude. I like the Bills. If I had to back a team right now, it would probably end up being the Bills. Wait, defense was hung out to dry by Derek again and still held up. Give them the credit. Raider Rich, the defense stepped up in some key situations today. They honestly did. There were some 3rd and longs that we ended up giving up, which, I mean, like I said, dude, 3rd and 9 or longer, there's like a 50-50 shot they're getting the first. And our secondary looked baffled at times, man, like completely baffled. For Life, how are you doing? I'm glad you can make it out to the show. Michael, what's happening? We couldn't even cover the 2. No, we could not cover the 2.5. That is very, very true. Arlen, Raiders need to focus on defense this draft. Dude, we all agree on it. It's just a matter of if they do it or not. All right, let me just go on and jump into some of these real quick because I just want to see how you guys are feeling. I'm going to scroll down a little bit in the comment section. Oh, I appreciate that, For Life. Thank you. Just been trying out some different things. Just trying to make it a little bit easier for myself going in the off season. I put in a hell of a lot of work through the regular season of just kind of putting these different shows together and setting the backgrounds and doing different formats. I have a lot of fun doing it. I'm still learning how to do it, so it's not always perfect. But, I don't know, teaching myself and just learning something new as an old-ass man is pretty fun for me. All right, so let's go. Boom or bust. Marcus Mariota. I know he only got to play in that one game. I want to see him stay on this team. When he was first on this team, we were going through camp. We were going through the start of the season. He was never activated for it. All right, the dude's kind of a bust out there. Just got to work through this season. But seeing him come in, seeing him learn this offense, what he did out on the field, and just seeing a different look to this offense, I really like that. I really would like to see him stick around on this team. I do not think that our quarterback room will honestly change going into the 2021 season. These guys are already, they'll have their money. Everybody's under contract. We don't have to worry about anything. Nathan Peterman, if you want to bring in a rookie to replace Nathan Peterman, so be it. I'll give you that. If you want to bring somebody in the 4th or 5th round, let him compete with Peterman just to kind of see if he can win that 3rd quarterback spot, because Gruden always runs 3 QBs. I will take that all damn day. But I would like to see Mariota and Carr stick around. Yeah, boom. A lot of you guys are saying boom, dude. I agree with that. I was not on that bandwagon at the start of this. I will not be lie about that. Mariota won't be back. He'll get his chance to start somewhere. That's the biggest thing that I see about Mariota right now. Deep, I completely agree with you. I really think that Marcus Mariota is going to have a shot, but we have him under contract. That's the thing, dude. We have him under contract. So unless we trade him and give him the opportunity, I don't think he's going to end up going anywhere. And I'd like to see him stick around for another year, continue to get healthy, continue to make his additions to this team, and get involved in our weekly offense. I think that would be huge. The next one was Devontae Booker. Devontae Booker, at the start of this season, when we were going through the offseason, I kept saying I did not think Devontae Booker was going to make this team. He ended up being the perfect spellback to Josh Jacobs, but then when it came time for him to be the number 1 back because Josh Jacobs got hurt, he proved that he could not carry that workload. He did that time and time again. I like Devontae Booker. I would like to see us possibly move on from him, get somebody younger in the draft. I really like what Theo Riddick has brung. I understand he's only played in 2 to 3 games, but what he has done while being on the field, I thought has looked really damn good. I would love to see that kid get more of an opportunity and a bigger role in this offense. I'm going to call Devontae Booker at this point. He's a boom in the fact that he's like the perfect spellback and when him and Jacobs are healthy. But for him taking over that number 1 spot, you need a number 2 running back that can do that in case that happens, man. And that pretty much sucks to say, but Booker cannot be that guy. For that reason, I'm going back to where I was at the start of the season. I don't think he's been a bust for us, but as far as being the back that we need him to be behind Jacobs, I do not think he can do that. If we moved on from Booker, I would not be shocked and I would not be surprised at all. We'll keep moving down the list here. Some people are saying DC will be moved. Raider Rich, I've heard a lot of talk coming from the New England Patriots that they want Derek Carr. I'm going to watch that real closely. I don't think it's going to happen, but that's the biggest talk that I've seen so far. Oh, Mark, I appreciate you, man. Thank you, dude. Mariota is starting where? Fantasy teams don't. Not made job. It's stopped the run. It's at the edge. Yes, I'll give you that, dude. Booker not very. Yeah, Michael, I'm kind of right there with you as far as Booker goes. He played inside most of the year because of the trash inside. I know you guys are still talking about Farrell. We'll get to him in a minute there. Oh, Caleb, what's happening, dude? No worries about being late, dude. Home from Arizona, visiting my brother, and I got to see the Allegiant Stadium. Dude, that is awesome. Oh, and you got yourself a Waller jersey. That is sick, dude. I was okay with Mac trade, but the single-handed closed a couple games for us in 2016. Yes, he did, but I was still okay with that trade. Booker is a liability from the offensive standpoint. He is. And Jalen Richard is another one that I truly love being on this team. And if it came down to him or Theo Riddick, I would love to see a true camp battle between those two to see who locks down that running back spot for us. Then, I mean, you still have Ingold. It's not going any damn where. So you have your running back room kind of set, but I'd really like to see a few changes and tweaks made in it. Booker's Mariota can be traded to San Francisco. There's going to be a lot of people calling about Mariota. It's probably already started happening. You think we'll keep Irving? He's one I'm going to get to in a minute. I would honestly like to keep Irving just to kind of see how that looks for us. Let me keep moving down here. Zay Jones, I do not think will end up making this roster next year. Ty Williams, I just have to see what's going to end up happening off injury. As far as Ruggs and Edwards go, you need to give those guys a pass as far as this being their rookie year and just a weird offseason and none of the training that they had. The wide receiver room, it's looking like it's pretty set. I guess Ty Williams would be the biggest question mark out there. I personally do not think Ty Williams is coming back to this team. I think once he's healthy and this season ends and we go through all our off-season stuff, we're going to end up releasing him to save that money. And hopefully we release him, save that money, use that money to sign Aguilar, and then possibly bring in somebody through free agency onto this team. But I think that wide receiver room would be looking pretty set. Jason Witten would be the next one, man. All right, Jason Witten, I see him retiring after this season. I don't think there's any real doubt about that. I guess the first main tight end I want to talk about, because Darren Waller will take over that number 1. Foster will take over that number 2. And I'd really like to see Derek Carrier, man. And I understand Carrier has not really played at all this season. Witten's kind of taken that role from him and Foster, which I don't understand why he's won it over Foster. That kind of pissed me off. But that is what it is. But I'd like to see Derek Carrier stick around. But I know we can get a younger, faster, not necessarily better blocking, because that's what Carrier does, but just a better all-around tight end in the draft. I'm curious to see what ends up happening with him. Keep a close eye on that one. As far as Derek Carrier goes, we're not really doing boom or bust on him. It's just a matter of if he'll stick around. All right, the next true boom or bust out, it's Brandon Parker. Brandon Parker is going to have to end up winning he'll stay in our rotation, but will he stay on this team? He had so many plays out there where it was like, that one first game he played, he looked like hell. And I was like, damn it, Brandon Parker is a complete bust. It is what it is. And the next 2 weeks, he showed up and he looked awesome. And we were all like, Brandon Parker's finally turned the corner. He's going to be super strong for us moving forward. And then he ended up crapping out in his last start. I'm going to say that overall, it's been a few years. I've watched him. I watched him try to learn that swing tackle position. I think it's time to move on, bring in the veteran guy. And I say that kind of biting my tongue a little bit, because Sam Young is the next boomer bust I want to talk to. And that dude has been a complete freaking bust. I do not want to see us bring in another super old offensive lineman that's just going to get railed all the way back into Derek Carr at the start of every play. So there's some plays where he holds up, but the majority of the time when you're going against a really good defense, Sam Young was being eaten alive. I'm going to call him a bust. I'm going to call Brandon Parker a bust. I think Andre James, I know we didn't get to see him, but I love that dude as our backup center. I think he's going to progress, and eventually when Rodney retires, he's going to take that job over. I think John Simpson's going to continue to progress. I think Denzel Good's going to be able to fill that spot as far as Incognito leaving, but we have to do something about that right tackle position. Whether we keep Trent Brown or not, we have to address that position in a major way. Saying everybody will call for Mariota, like saying all teams are calling about Eric Harris. No, dude, come on now. I'm not saying everybody's calling about Mariota, but there's a lot of teams that are struggling at that quarterback position right now that would love to have a guy like Mariota come in there and at least be able to compete for this starting job. I'm not saying Mariota's going to go somewhere, draw some huge contract, and end up being a definite starter, but Mariota is going to be the kind of person that you could end up getting like a late 3rd, early 4th round pick for, that you can end up trading, get that draft value, still have Peterman on your roster, and free up a little bit of money going into this weird offseason. That's all I'm saying about that, man. Obviously, a lot to fix and address. For me, I say fix the D. That defense, it might sound crazy, but this team needs to get back to the basics and learn how to tackle. Yeah, just tackle. Just drop your shoulder, wrap your arms around somebody, and then try to make a damn big hit. You run a good channel, man. Flinko, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for coming out and checking it out. He has not played in 2 years. He has not played. But when he did come out there and he showed his little flash, that's all it takes for these guys to end up getting a shot someplace else. But he's under contract, man. His money's accounted for. I don't see him leaving. Dark, what's going on, dude? I'm glad you can make it out. As much as I'd like to see us hire a good offense coordinator and defense coordinator this offseason, I'm sure John's arrogance will once again get in the way. I'm hoping I'm wrong. Dude, I'm hoping you're wrong too, but I really, part of me knows that you're right, because that's a real thing that we have to take into account for, man, is his fucking ego. Can totally see Belichick and Gruden and offering him whatever he wants for Carr. Dude, I could see that happening too, and it would totally piss me off. Parker is too inconsistent. No, Parker goes way too back and forth, man. John Gruden is a bit, yes, dude. He's a little bit egocentric out there. Sam Young is a true bust, like a true bust. Sebastian, thank you, dude. All right, let's jump into the defense, because there's the offense. I'm really happy with the Raiders' offense. I'm not going to sit here and bash on this offense. They rank pretty much top 12 in everything across the damn board. Carr's going to end up finishing with one of his best seasons that he's had since he's been in the league, if not his best. I have to see how all his final numbers shake out. Josh Jacobs, I think, is a truly solid running back. I'm not worried about him moving forward. I just want to see us get that piece behind him. Everything on this offense looks damn good. This defense is where we have some serious problems, and I'm probably going to shock some of you guys with some of the booms or busts, but it is what it is. We've seen these guys play. We know what they can do, and it drives me freaking insane to sit here and try to defend these dudes and back them up on a week-to-week basis just to watch them blow up and just totally shit the bed. I'm like, it kills me, man. So I want to see what you guys are thinking. We're going to start off with my favorite. and you guys know he's my favorite because I've talked this dude up so many damn times. It's Arden Key. And at this point right now, I'm calling Arden Key a bust. And I know I've had this dude's back. I have followed his training through the offseason. I really thought he was going to come in there and be a really big impact for us this season. I was dialing him into the starting lineups as far as like the offseason kind of playbooks that we were running. And I really thought he was going to turn the corner. He did not. It is what it is. But our whole defensive line has suffered this year. But it's a testament, one, to coaching, but two, of just these guys not being able to get that pressure, man. I don't care if you're one of the best players in the league, if you're being coached by somebody that sucks, you're still going to make plays just because you're one of the better people in the league and you know how to make plays. It's just not happening for Arden Key. I really think this might be the last time we see him. I know some of you guys are going to be pissed because I have backed this guy up so much. But at the end of the day, eventually you have to make changes if you're going to make yourself better. I really would like to see this guy progress a little bit more. I just don't think he's going to get the time to as a Raider. Road code, it's going on. That blown coverage on Judy plus the timeout by Fangio smells too fishy. Dude, that entire game, if you look at some of the calls in that game, and I very rarely talk about how the refs go against the Raider. It was pretty damn blatant today. That pissed me off a good bit, Rogue. I'm not going to lie. John Gruden's ego is holding us back. I'm not going to argue with you, Sebastian. As a Pats fan, I don't want Carr. Too inconsistent. I don't think you'd mind once that first season was over. Real time, what's going on, dude? It sucks that we're not in the playoffs, but we're not ready. Kind of glad to see the season's over, if I'm being honest. I don't know. I still would have loved to see this team make it, even if it was a wild card and we got blown out in the first round, just to kind of get over that hump, give Carr a true shot in the playoffs instead of watching some backup quarterback try to lead us through our first playoff win. That upset me more than anything, but I think you're right. I think this team with a little bit of rest, getting the right pieces on, coming back out next year. I know our schedule is looking a hell of a lot tougher than it was this past season because a lot of the teams that we're playing are going to be fully back to healthy, so it's going to be a struggle. Plus the AFC West, with the exception of Denver, is going to be looking damn good next year. Bash the offense. They can't score in the red zone, but this Gruden talking, I'll give you that. This offense in the red zone has sucked. And a lot of it I will put on Gruden because he does make some terrible damn calls down in the red zone. But I've also seen Carr make some terrible passes in the red zone or just sail the ball over people or honestly just throw the ball away. And that pisses me off. That pisses me off more than anything else. Take your shot, go for it. I'd rather see it bounce off somebody's back or somebody's helmet than just to watch you air that thing out of the back of the end zone. So I'm with you on that. Arden Key is gone. I kind of feel like Arden Key is gone. Mullen and Arnett both suck. We need a true shutdown cornerback. Mullen, I'm still pretty high on Mullen. I'm not going to lie. Arnett's a big one for me. I do not know if that kid can stay healthy and make it through an entire damn season. His tackling is a little bit suspect. He does not wrap his arms. But you're expecting your corner to go out there and make some of these hits. He has to be able to finish those plays. Worley's gone as well. Worley was just getting us. Worley was a Band-Aid to get us through the rest of this damn season. Big Mo and Key have been bust. They're both supposedly top 10 talents that slipped, and neither have been impactful. All right, I'll give you that because Maurice Hurst was the next one that I was going to jump to out there. Simple. Maurice Hurst has dealt with injuries. He has dealt with a ton of problems this season. Last season, he was dealing with a bunch of stuff. When he's on the field, he does seem like he makes an impact, but in my opinion, dude, not enough. I'm sorry. I like Maurice Hurst. I really do. I thought he was going to end up being a big time contributor to our defensive line. I think he's going to end up sticking around. But as far as this 2020 season goes, I'm going to call him a bust. Carl Nassib, I'm calling him a bust as well. He's had a few flashes out there, but the dude ended up being benched, and he is riding a huge damn contract. And it wasn't until he got benched that he had kind of like a little light went off in his head, like, oh man, I better get my shit together or I'm not going to be playing on this team. But he's one of those guys that if we cut, that we're eating some damn money on that. So that one sucks. So Nassib is a bust. Hurst is a bust. Arden Key is a bust. Malik Collins is the next one, man. Malik Collins is a tough one for me, dude, because I really think Malik Collins fully healthy, Irvin fully healthy, sitting inside, and that our two defensive tackles, I think they could generate a ton of pressure, and I think it would look so damn good. And when you saw Malik Collins get hurt, you saw our run defense go to complete shit out there. And I'm not saying it was because of him, because we had some other injuries keyed up with that, as far as like Farrell goes and losing Mo Hurst. But I don't think Mo Collins is going to end up sticking around. I think with the money that we paid him on this one-year deal, you have to chalk him up to a bust too. Kendall Vickers, a boom, dude. I really like Kendall Vickers. Why the hell that dude is not getting more playing time and has not gotten more consistent playing time over the season blows my damn mind, dude. Like, completely blows my mind. I really hope that we end up giving him a real shot. I think we still have him under contract for one more year. I don't see him going anywhere, but I'd like to see him work more into this true rotation instead of just kind of jumping around back and forth. Really hate to say it, but this is really what it coulda, shoulda year. It sucks, yes. No, we just have to stay strong, man. Because it's so many of these games could have went either damn way. We were not able to close a damn game this year. That is what it is. And until we can learn how to close, it's going to look a hell of a lot like the same. Our zone defense has to change. We are not good enough in the man all the time, so the coordinator has to be legit. Johnny, I completely agree with that. That's why I want to see somebody a little bit fresher, a little bit younger come on and just kind of work with the guys that he has and put them in a system where they can just go as fast as they possibly can and instead of trying to learn something and then being restricted to that. And that is what we saw with Gunther, and that's kind of what I'm seeing with Marinelli, to be completely honest with you, especially in the secondary. Let's get some real improvement on the coaching staff in both of our lines, and I think we'll be right there. Dude, if we can improve our defensive line and get that pass rush, it would have made a huge damn difference. Jeff, what's happening, dude? I love your show. Raiders 8-8. We have the talent. We have the squad. We need a defense coordinator. Gruden needs to step back. The offense can be shaken and stirred, and maybe dude, when this offense is clicking, it clicks so damn good to where there's not many teams that can stop it. But it's too inconsistent, and then when we get into the red zone, his play calling just sucks, dude. Max needs conditioning. Yes, he does. Max needs to learn that it's not always about the pass rush. If you want to have Mad Max be your blitzer, like to be like your true edge rusher and bring him blitzing, you got to run defenses that are covering his edge over there because they're just going to run around the outside. And if Arnett misses that tackle, that dude's gone for 15 to 20 every damn time. Max needs more strength. Max put on a good bit of weight this offseason. I really thought we were going to see something. I really think it's just him drawing the double teams. Should we let Trent Brown go? That's what I was talking about earlier when I was breaking down the offense. We'll just have to see what ends up happening with Trent. He's a huge chunk of money that we could save. In my personal opinion, I'd let him stay. The dude's only 27. When he's on the field, he's one of the best one of the best tackles in the NFL. He just needs to stay healthy. If he can work through all those kinks in this offseason and then end up getting his body back to 100% and then can come out there and give us a full 16 games next year, there's no damn reason in the world that I'd say I want to get rid of Trent Brown. But with what we've seen out there, and a lot of it comes down to just the conditioning of these players, the conditioning staff that we have going and like coaching these players, which, I mean, AKA is Gruden's freaking son, it's not working. At some point, you have to realize that. Hire Adam Gase. If we bring Adam Gase on, I'm done. That's the last video I'll ever cut. It's the video about Adam Gase coming to this team. We ran so many three-man rushes. I didn't understand why. They were trying to mix it up. They were trying to drop back coverage a little bit because we were a little bit weak in the secondary. Plus, we were getting zero pressure with our four-man rushes, so why the hell not try to mix it up? Adam Gase is OC. Fuck that. Sorry, I don't mean to cuss, but no chance in hell I would want to see that. Raiders don't know how to play zone, but damn it, they can sure cover ground. Raiders drafted true brass corners and put them in the zone. Yeah, until I can understand what the hell we're doing with that. Here, dude, he's one of the best man cover corners in the draft. The Raiders got him. Let's stick him in a zone where he drops back 10 yards at the start of every damn play and watch him get eaten up underneath and then be forced to play that because he's not allowed to step up. That's the kind of stuff that killed us this year. If we lost because of that 2-point conversion, I was going to be really mad. I would have been so pissed about that, but that's one of those that worked out in our favor. All right, let's keep working through this, man. Going to the defensive tackle. I mean, we have David Irving. I'd like to see him stick around. I know the Jonathan Hankins. What do you guys think about Hankins? He's a big one for me out there. I don't understand. I know he's getting older, but the dude has made an impact for us the past 2 seasons, and he's looked pretty damn good. I'm going to call him a boom. I would like to see him stick around for one more year. If nothing more, is just like a depth rotational piece, or if like we're getting to like we know they're going to run situation, Hankins can fill that role. I think he can do it for another year. He's not going to cost us a ton of money. I think he's still under contract for one more year, but I will take him for another year. I really like Jonathan Hankins. I'm going to call him a boom. He hasn't done anything to prove me wrong. as far as Vic Beasley goes, I'm going to call Vic Beasley a freaking bust until he does something on the field. And I know it pisses a lot of you guys off, but I've seen Vic Beasley play in Atlanta, and I've seen Vic Beasley get bounced from team to team and just collect paycheck after paycheck with doing nothing. So until he shows up and does something on the field, I'm calling him a complete bust. McKinley, I think, could end up being a big boom for us. I really think that kid has all the talent in the world. He was pissed off in Atlanta. That system did not work for him. I really think if we can gear the right thing around Tack, he'd be a huge addition for us. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about those two. But in my personal opinion, I'd like to see Vic gone. Bring in somebody younger. See what they have. Keep Tack around and see if he can end up making a difference for us. Lawson, Joyner, Heath, and Harris all suck. Dude, Lawson kills me, man. Watching Lawson throughout a game, especially when he gets worked into that starting role, it breaks me down, dude. Good news, our rookies are not losers. They brookies. A lot of this was confidence for him, too, man. Chris Richards would be interesting to hire for defensive coordinator. Tom Brady, thoughts on Edwards? I love Edwards, man. I was happy to see him get more involved. I thought at the beginning of this season we were starting to work him in. He won that starting job. I was like, hell yeah. And then he ended up getting hurt. And Nelson Aguilar came in there, just kind of took off with that number one wide receiver spot. Ruggs kind of continued to slip into that number two. I think there's a lot you could do with this offensive lineup as far as that wide receiver room goes, as far as like shuffling guys out. I really liked seeing Ruggs in the slot, having Edwards on the outside, still having Waller on the field with Nelly on the outside. It's a huge, fast, powerful offense that we barely ever got to see this year, man. Hankins, yes. Stick, yeah. I'm glad you guys agree about Hankins, man. I really think that kid's going to end up having a decent shot for us out there. Why was Johnson inactive? Probably because last week he ended up getting torched at the end of that damn game, man. And I hate seeing that because I love Isaiah Johnson. But if you really look at that last play of that game where we lost to Miami, I understand Arden Key had that big face mask, but Isaiah Johnson was about 20 yards out of position and just made that tackle, and by dumb luck. That ball was so underthrown that he should have been over there. Granted, our net should have floated back in that coverage and stuck with that wide receiver, but Isaiah Johnson had no reason being on the field or being where he was on the field at the point of that play. I think that was a big part of him being sat for this game. Hankins is a bust, no strength. Often double team, but the other sides do the bent. I don't know, man. Hankins, I've seen him eat through a couple double teams out there. He's just so damn good against the run, and he can get a little bit of interior pressure when nobody else is. That's my biggest thing about him. That's the thing. We kept talking about this last year, man. I was like, man, they're the bright spot on a shit defense. And so it makes guys look better than they actually are. Just because you're the best player on something that totally sucks doesn't mean that you're good. It just means that you're better than a bunch of dudes that suck. And I hate saying that about this team, man, but that's being real. 11 wins to make the playoffs in the AFC. I never saw us getting to 11 at the beginning of the season, but 6-3, we had a chance. We had a shot, and we blew it. We shot ourselves in the foot so many times. But I will tell you, I did not see... I had people being like, 9-6 will get you in the playoffs, and I was like, dude, there's no chance 9-7 will get you in the playoffs. You have to be 10-6, or you have to be 11-5, and 9-6 or 9-7 wouldn't even got you close to the playoffs this year. I believe we should focus on our secondary, but mostly on our defensive. If we cannot generate pass rush, dude, we're screwed. Like, I don't care who you have as your linebackers or in your secondary. If you get zero pass rush throughout a game, and you give any NFL quarterback, starter or backup, time to just stand in the pocket, they're good enough to where they will pick you apart. Renee, what's going on, dude? Bro, tight end, stuck on Lawson every game. Yeah, I'll give you that. Watts, I will give you that. Edwards is a big hidden talent, underutilized. I really think that kid could end up being huge for us going into the future of this team. I really hope that he ends up getting the shot. I think today, hopefully him getting the taste of getting in the house will give him a little bit of extra, incentive to get out there and really want to make these bigger plays. But if Carr's not going to work him the ball, it is what it is, man. He's toast versus a tight end. No, dude, he sucks versus a tight end. And I'll tell you right now, with the tight ends that we're going to end up facing and the tight ends that we face on a yearly basis, I'm scared as hell about seeing Amik Robertson back there. If a guy like Joyner can't hang with it, you're going to expect Amik Robertson to go out there, dude. He's smaller than Joyner. Don't fix that and nothing will matter. No, you don't fix that, dude. If you don't fix that defense, there's not a damn other thing that'll matter. Oh, Running Bear, what's going on? Dark, I appreciate it, man. I know it kind of sucked to say, and I probably pissed a few people off, but it is what it is. Key is still here. Yeah, I don't think he's going to end up sticking around. DeMarcus Webb, Miami was 10-6 and didn't make it. No, they did not. And I don't know. AFC's tough as hell right now, man. There's a lot of, especially our division in the AFC. Just for us to make it out of this division and have a shot at the playoffs, much less the rest of the AFC teams you see. And a lot of it comes down, I mean, you got the Ravens who ended up slumping and then making their way back in. That was huge. A team like the Colts, I was not expecting to end up showing up like the way that they did. Apparently, no one in the NFL can figure out how to stop Derrick Henry because that dude is a freak who just runs through every team they play. And then you still have the Chiefs out there. Man, it sucks. The AFC is strong as hell right now. Sam, I don't know what you're doing, dude. I don't know if you've never followed this show before, but it just... All right, man, there you go, buddy. Just released from the show. Oh, Jason, that was my bad, dude. I didn't mean to delete your message when I was doing that. Hefe, what's good, dude? I'm glad you can make it out. We should use Ruggs close as much to this Chiefs as use Tyreek Hill. And I think we will eventually. I just think it's a matter of time until they get that chemistry, man. Because if you look at it, Tyreek Hill, his first couple years in the season, he was not Tyreek Hill. He was a dude that was still kind of learning the speed of the NFL, figuring out what was going on, how to get open in these plays, how to open everything up. And I mean, you got to be able to give those guys that time to develop. And when you don't have an offseason, you don't have a preseason, you're working with your quarterback on a damn soccer field in the middle of Vegas. It's tough, dude. Amik is undersized. Maybe Sherman, dude. Sherman's getting up there, but he's still making plays. I just don't know if we'll have that kind of money. Barney, what's happening, dude? This defense is getting replaced, the whole squad. There's going to be some pieces on this defense that I think are definitely going to be sticking around. All right. Cleveland Farrell, let's talk about him real quick. I think that kid is a huge addition to this team. I understand you guys wanted to see him come out there and just be a blitzing machine. Cleveland Farrell is a defensive end. He is not a pass rusher. I've said that a million times on this damn show. He's very good against the run. He can get to the quarterback. He's gotten a decent bit of pressure. He had 2 strip sacks in one game for us. When this kid is healthy and on the field, he is an impact. I do not want to see Cleveland go anywhere. I know he catches a lot of hell. You guys deserve your opinions out there. But my opinion on Farrell is he's not going anywhere. Him and Mad Max are the future ends of our team. We just need to get a solid rotation in behind them. And that's going to be tough. The Mad Max, he's not going anywhere. Chris Smith, I think, will end up sticking around. I'm going to say that he's pretty much been a boom for us, too. Him and Vickers, when they hit the field and they're out there together, they're making impact plays for us. So, Chris Smith, you get a boom, man. I appreciate what you've done for the team. I think you're another one that should get more playing time. Jump into Corey Littleton real quick. Man, you guys know how happy I was, dude. Like, as soon as last season ended, I was like, we need to get Corey Littleton and bring him out of this team. And then we went out there, we signed him. I was so damn happy. I was going crazy, dude. I was calling people like, dude, we got Corey Littleton. Our linebacker room's finally going to be jacked up. And the dude is kind of, the past 3 weeks, he has actually shown up and played pretty damn good. But the majority of this season, he has been a bust for us. I really think him being underneath a different defensive coordinator will be huge. You guys are not going to like this. I am calling Corey Littleton a true boom for this season. Not for what he has done in 2020, but what he's going to do in 2021. Keeping him on this roster is going to be huge for us. I know you guys are going to get some thumbs down for that. It is what it is, man. But I truly believe Corey Littleton is going to be huge. Nicholas Morrow, he's a boom, man. Nicholas Morrow, our linebacker room has really turned the corner. Morrow, I know we got burned by that tight end today, but that dude has been one of our better tight ends for the better linebackers for this season. And I really like what he's done. He's gotten to the quarterback a few times. He's been a lot better in coverage than he was in the past. He still sucks at covering a running back out of the backfield, but I think a lot of that's just kind of the schemes that we've been running. So Morrow, I'm going to give a boom to. Raekwon McMillan, I don't know if he's going to end up having a shot to prove himself moving forward, but I would like to see Raekwon stick around for one more year. Overall, that dude should have been making an impact way earlier in this season. You want to chalk that up to Gunther or not, that is what it is. But Raekwon, I'm putting a bust on. I do not think Raekwon's going to end up staying with this team. It sucks that we coughed up a 4th for him, but we ended up working it back through those trades. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about Raekwon. I'm calling him a bust at this point. And then Nick Kwiatkowski, dude, that dude is a true boom. Like, that's probably the best offseason addition that we've picked up. That dude changed that middle linebacker position for us. He is a captain on this defense, and I will take that all damn day. And then the last one in that linebacker room that I really wanted to talk about was Kyle Wilber, man. Kyle Wilber is... Oh, no, we'll get to Javen White. That's my bad. Kyle Wilbur, I think it's time to move on from him, dude. I understand he's a special teams like genius, and I understand that he can come out there and be a team captain because he's a player favorite in the locker room. But I'm ready to move on from him. That is a roster spot that can be filled by a younger, faster, with more potential linebacker, somebody like a Javen White, who I'm chalking up to a tremendous boom out there. I think that kid, given more opportunities, would have been huge for this defense this year. I really think moving forward, you're going to see him stick with us and be looking a hell of a lot better. Is this Hurst's fourth year? He's finishing his third, going into his fourth, if I'm not mistaken, Fabs. I said he looked better. Yeah, it's the thing, dude. It's about looking better. You can't judge these guys on nothing, dude. I'd rather see more Javen White. I want to see more Javen White. 54, 42, 24, and 25. These guys on the defense have been exposed. Watch the highlights. I'm not arguing with you, dude, especially about Abram. We're going to get to him in just a second. Gruden is a bust. I hate to say that. I never thought I would say that. Victor, I'm not arguing with you. I've been saying Gruden's a bust for 2 years now. McMillan actually had some plays. He did. And I just don't know if he's going to get that opportunity. That's what pisses me off. Because I really think him in the right situation with the right players around him and having a defense that's kind of structured more towards his play style, I think Raekwon could end up being a damn good player. And I've seen flashes of it while he's been on the field these past couple weeks. I just don't know if he's going to done enough to where he's going to be able to win that job. I'd like to see him stick around. I just don't know if it's going to happen. We will see who gets torched. He's not a pass cover line. No, he's not a pass cover line. We get a decent breakup today, though. 42 is falling all over the place, chasing runners. That's the one thing I'll say about Corey Littleton is that if out of everybody on this defense, to where everybody's like, Gunther's system does not do this, and Gunther's system does not do that. Corey Littleton came from a 3-4, got thrown into a 4-3, and was completely out of place for this entire damn season. And I think just in the couple of weeks that Marinelli's had it, I think he pretty much went to Littleton and is like, just do what you do. And it's looked so much better to where if we can bring in somebody that can, I'll tell you right now, if we get into a 3-4 and you still have Corey Littleton riding this roster, you're going to blow your freaking mind. Like, blow your mind. Carr, Jordan Nelson looked good. Aguilar... but he's not a number one. I don't think he's a number one either. I truly believe that. I think that we still need a true number one wide receiver on this team. But at the same time, as far as like working the ball to your outside and needing that true number one wide receiver, that's not Gruden's offense. And as much as I hate to say that, a dude like Aguilar and a dude like Ruggs on the outside just kind of stretching the field every play, it opens up this offense that Gruden likes to run and that Carr seems to be working pretty well in. But you can tell, man, Carr wants to go to his outside wide receivers. When Carr ended up having Musgrave as his offense coordinator, we had 2,000-yard outside wide receivers and a tight end that still ended up having a huge year. So it's just all about the play calling, man. That's where it comes back to Gruden. That's why I get so pissed off about it, man. All right, let's move in. All right, David Arnett. I'm going to call it like it is, man, because that's what this is all about. In my personal opinion, David Arnett has been a bust this year. I think the kid has all the potential in the world moving forward, but as far as like the 2020 season goes, between his injuries, the COVID, the missed tackles, the blown plays, the blown coverages, the kid has been a bust. I think with a little bit of time, getting another preseason in, getting another camp underneath his belt, I think he will progress and be damn good. But as far as 2020 goes, you got to put Arnett as a bust, even though that hurts me to say it. Isaiah Johnson, I've talked that kid up so damn much, man. I'm calling him a bust. He's not going out there. And these guys are still young, dude. So I'm not calling like a bust like for their career, but just a bust for this season and what they brought to this team. Those two really hurt to say, but that is what it is. Nevin Lawson, that dude, he needs to go. Like, just straight go. That dude is a bust. He does not need to be on this. I'll tell you right now, if we would have kept Prince on this team and got rid of Lawson, this season would have looked a lot different because you would have not seen Prince getting turned around and spun around like a top like you're seeing Lawson happen out there. Darryl Worley, thought played pretty good, but he, like I said, he was a Band-Aid. LaMarcus Joyner, he's had flashes, dude, but he's another one. Maybe if we transition that defense, he would look pretty good. He's had some decent plays throughout this season, but overall, I got to put LaMarcus Joyner as a bust. I'd rather see us have that money instead of having Joyner on this roster. I'll catch a little bit of hell for that one. That is what it is, but and then Jonathan Abram, man, I'll tell you, rookie season, gets hurt, first game. Only plays half a game, and then he's gone. Comes out this season, ton of hype behind him. Everybody was expecting him to do so damn much, and being the vocal leader on this defense and being the thumper that I know that kid is awesome. And for that, I will give him a complete boom. But as far as his coverage goes and the situations that this defense puts him in a lot of plays, he's been a bust, dude. So I'll give him like, he's a 50-50 to where he's a boom as far as if you play him in the right position, he's doing the right thing. But if you stick that dude in coverage, man, he's a coverage bust. And that sucks to say because I love Abram. But Abram cannot be your deep cover guy, man. He will get torched the entire freaking game. And it blows my mind, but we have to be real about that. Jeff Heath, Eric Harris, they're both bust in my opinion. I've said it before. I think those guys are like the same exact player as far as like their stats, their on-field play, how they play the position. I want to see both those guys go, move on from it. If you want to keep Jeff Heath for like a depth piece in case somebody gets hurt, instead of having Eric Harris as your depth piece, I'm okay with that. But we need to bring in another free safety, like a true free safety that can go out there and really make a difference for us. And then Trayvon Mullen, I love Trayvon Mullen. I'm going to say he's a boom. I think he's stuck with some damn good wide receivers this season. He's been really, really good for us. KB, what's happening? Arnett gets spin around more than a tornado. Dude, I'll tell you, dude. Exactly. Man, Gordon, I hope I'm right about that, dude. He's showing up in the past few weeks. I really like Littleton. I'm hoping he can do it. Joyner's a smurf, but, dude, I'm telling you, him and Amik, man, these little guys. And I understand, I'm not going to fault anybody for how big they are. It is what it is. That's how God made you. But if you're going against these tight ends that are like 6'7", 6'8", and outweigh you by 70, 80 pounds, you're going to get boxed out. They're going to make those plays. And then some of these guys can just straight outrun them. It sucks, dude. All right, Trayvon Mullen, yeah, he's a boom. I really like what he's brought for us. Amik Robertson, the dude, I thought he was going to make a bigger impact. I thought we were going to see him kind of working in for Joyner, especially when Joyner got a little bit banged up. And now he's not even being active. There's probably 50-50 this year as far as games where he was activated. I think he's just another guy that's going to need a little bit more time. I think he will have time to progress. He's not going anywhere. I mean, he's on his rookie contract. That's no big thing. But I'm curious to see if he actually sticks around or if we end up moving on from him just for what he has brought this season. These young guys don't often get that opportunity. Dalen Levitt, I'm ready to move on from. Keyshawn Nixon, he's another bust for me, man. Nixon, I thought, had a lot of potential. I thought with him, Arnett, and Mullen were kind of all clicking through the preseason and through camp. I was like, man, this could end up being really good, especially if he takes over that nickel spot. It's just not working. We need to get something else going on. And then Tanner Muse being hurt, that's a project that we just kind of have to see. Daniel Carlson, I love. AJ Cole, I love. I think they're going to end up being fine for us. So that's pretty much what I had for you, man. I just wanted to break these guys down, give the boomer bust, get your guys' opinions on it, just to see, because there's going to be a hell of a lot of changes this offseason. That is what it is. You're going to see a few different players go that you don't want to see go. You're going to see some players go that you really want to stay on this team that are just going to be gone for no other reason than money, just so we can be able to afford these other players and bring on some different players. But as far as our defense goes, it's going to be some serious shuffles, man. Some serious shuffling around. I want to see a little bit like 5 or 6 guy core stay and everybody else just flip, man. It is what it is, but we have to keep moving forward with it. Randall release was a huge costly mistake. Jason, I agree with that. I really liked Randall. I know he had his crap going on through camp to where he wasn't showing up on the practice field and stuff like that. I don't know if it was just because he saw Gunther's defense and was like, yeah, screw this. I'd rather be cut than play in this defense. Or if he just really didn't have it in him. We need another free safety. If we drop Joyner, Williams, Collins, and Lawson, we can sign a proven quarterback. Yeah, dude, we could bring in another cornerback and a safety. That would free up a ton of money. Secondary is way too young. Need a veteran in there? Yes, we do. That's another reason I was pissed that we ended up getting rid of Prince, man. Just for a year to be that veteran guy in that secondary room, even if he wasn't a starter for us and everybody stayed healthy, just to have that impact in the meeting rooms is huge. Mike, what's going on? Stress today. Thank you, Raiders, for pulling it out. Needed that for my suicide pick'em league. I'm glad you made made out so well in that, Mike. Thanks for coming out, man. Random mistake and shows up where he wants the low cost and expects the most. Yes, Johnny, thank you. Earl Thomas in 2021. The fact Earl Thomas was not signed throughout this season with the injuries and all the COVID crap, it's a major red flag for Earl Thomas. I don't know if his days are done. I do not see him coming to Vegas. But at the same time, Earl Thomas would have been a huge addition over everybody that we had in our secondary this year. In 3 games, Chiefs, Chargers, and Miami's defense just holds on that one end, and we put us 11-5. Yep. But our defense did not hold up for us. Well, our backup defense makes a difference as soon as they touch the field. That's what sucks, dude. When you get our backup defensive linemen in this rotation, they're making huge plays for us. And then the game ends and they're back on the practice squad or they're shuffled back. It's because so-and-so's coming back. Dude, after that Chiefs game, after I saw it was Vickers and it was Chris Smith. The impact that they made in that Chiefs game, and then the very next game, after showing out and making that dude run for his freaking life, the next week they weren't even on the field. They weren't even active for that game. It's stuff like that that goes back to just the coaching that blows my freaking mind. Your show gave me something to look forward to, especially after the losses this season. Raiders, man, you got to stay optimistic, man. This team is our team. Win or lose, we're the Raiders. Crab a punk. Let Crab just kind of do what he does. Boom, car bust. People think boom, car bust. People who think we should replace him, man, I'll tell you, dude. Hey, Joku, will you be live during the offseason, pre-free agent and draft? Enjoy your live streams. Yeah, Fabs, I pretty much stay consistent through the offseason. I go to like 1 or 2 days a week. I like to go through and just do different positional breakdowns. I like to just break down like individual players and just look at their stats. I'll do team breakdowns. I'll honestly take a look at the other AFC West teams if they end up making a move just to see how it'll impact us. The off-season, I understand a lot of people don't come out for the shows, but I still love making them just because I love to see what you guys are thinking about it. So count on that, dude. Still need Washington to win tonight, Week 14. You have to pick 2 teams. That's tough, dude. Raider 52. Who is your replacement? Yeah, that's the real question. Kevin Smith, what do you think of the rookie league? Oh, that's not for me. All right, man. That's pretty much what I had for you guys tonight. Just wanted to break down this game for a little bit. Wanted to do the boomer bust, see how you guys are feeling. I know we're going to be pretty different on a few of these things. Juan, thank you for recommending this video. It was really a cool idea, and I really wanted to jump into it and see everybody's opinions on it. So, I don't know. I'm pretty happy with it, man. I think if we're going to fix this defense moving forward, we're going to be looking pretty damn solid. I'm not too worried about that. ADGS, what's happening, dude? The Raiders need a consistent pass rush. We don't have a consistent pass rush. Until we get that, you're going to see the entire secondary and linebacker core look like shit. I hate to say that, but if you don't get any pass rush, any quarterback in the league is going to pick you apart. Jack Del Rio defense. There's a lot of defensive coordinators, dude. We're going to see some interesting things this offseason. But until next time, guys, I'm Son Joku. Thank you all so much for coming out. If you could, please click that like button on your way out. It really does help me out and keep me growing. But until the next time, we'll see you guys later.